So what I've done is hooked up the power to the wheelchair joystick. I use this DC to DC converter. Set the pot to 5 volts. Okay, so now the joystick, so I am tapping into the y-axis, which is the up and down. So right now it's sitting on 5 volts. So it's half the supply voltage. So the supply is 5 volts. So it's sitting at 2.5. That's a half. Now if I go in the positive y direction, which is up, so this goes to 1.5. Okay. If I go down, goes to 4 volts. Down. Anyway, so I hooked up an Arduino to the analog pin and from the joystick, and I'm connected to the up and down motion. And what I'm doing is outputting those values on the screen. So as you can see, so I'm using the mapping function. I'm using one on the example sketch actually. So as you can see, the values coming here, and so I did a cross check. Here's some math, and what I have is the formula for analog to digital conversion. So the resolution is 10 bits, which will be 1023. In case you're wondering how did I get 1023, so since you go from 0, starts from 0, so we say 23. So anyway, so my supply voltage is 5 volts, and this is the analog digital reading, which is what we're trying to find. So I'm going to say X, and then analog measured, voltage measured. Now when I was measuring with the voltmeter, I was reading about 2.5 or 2.55 when I wasn't moving the joystick. So that comes about to around 512 approximately, which I think we're in that. You can see it's changing, so we're okay. It's in the ballpark. And the same goes when I move the joystick. I think it was down when I moved it. It went down by 1.5, so the value goes down to 307. So I'm going to move the joystick now. Okay, so that's actually moving down the joystick. So the value is going to be around 800 something. And if I move up, which will be going forward, so I'm going down to 300, which is what I calculated here. And if I go for the down movement, so I was getting around 800 value, which I just saw on my Arduino screen. So what I can do is I can say 1023 over 5 equals, and I was getting around 4 volts. I don't remember exactly, but and if we do quick 92, right, and then divided by 5, right, so it's the same, around 800, which is what I was seeing on the screen. I can show you guys again. If I go down, I get 800. So it looks like we're in good shape. So now all I have to do is do the reverse. Right now I'm going analog to digital. I have to go digital to analog and use these numbers to generate my analog signal and feed it to the joystick circuit, and hopefully that will drive our motors.